Good morning, children. Poem number 9, Time for Everything. There's a time to run and a time to walk. There's a time for silence, a time for talk. There's a time for work and a time for play. There's a time for sleep at the close of day. There's a time for everything you do, for children and for grown ups too. A time to stand up and a time to sit, but see that the time and actions fit. So the poet tells us that there's a time for everything you do. There's a time to run and time to walk. When you run, when you are playing, when you have to catch your opponents in the game, there's a time to walk. When you are walking on the street, on a crowded street, there's a time for silence and a time for talk. When you're keeping silence, yes, when you're in a library or when you're in a hospital, there's a time for talk. When you talk, when you have asked some questions or when you're with your friend, you talk. There's a time for work and time for play. For work also you have time. When you are studying, that is your work. You have a specific time. Time for play, maybe you're playing in the evening or in the afternoon. There's a time for sleep at the close of the day. Close of day means end of day. At the end of day, at night you sleep. There's a specific time. There's a time for everything you do. For children and for grown-ups too. Even the children and the grown-ups. For both of them there is a specific time for everything they do. A time to stand up and a time to sit. There's even a time to stand up and when to sit. But see that the time and actions fit. So the poet says that see that both the time and the actions fit together. So first thing he says that everything has a time, and then he says that you have to see that both the time and the actions fit together. Now tell me some of the rhyming words. Yes, walk, talk, play, day, do, sit, fit. Okay.